Guys, thank you for being so patient, having some technical difficulties behind the
We weren't
scenes.
live this whole
Ben,
time.
keep your composure. um, it was Easter this Sunday. Uh, I thankfully actually didn't do anything.
Because you're Jewish.
Um,
No?
no, how
Oh.
dare you?
Christ
Well,
killer.
Wow, out the gate like that?
I just
No,
figured.
we just didn't have any plans. We usually go up to the hill country, but we were just not feeling it this year. So, did you guys do anything fun? What did you guys do?
Not really, to be honest.
You're the only one with a kid, and you didn't do anything?
Well, I mean, like Vivi, that's not fun for me. I didn't enjoy it.
Wow.
Just like, you know,
That's
30, 40
fair.
eggs, just one grandkid. Like, I didn't get a basket, and she got 4 baskets. I got nothing.
You know what my
Walk out
coworker
there
was
and
telling
Steal
me?
the eggs?
Straight
yeah,
to
this was
a
actually.
nursing home. Straight to
Oh
a nursing
my.
home.
This is a great idea though. So they do the kids Easter egg hunt. This is my coworker, and then after the kids do their Easter egg hunt, the older like the grandparents and the kids then set up an Easter egg hunt for all the parents. And so like it gives the kids something a little extra to do, and then the parents get to do an Easter egg hunt. I kind of loved that honestly. For the big kid in me, I'm like, yeah, that idea rocks honestly.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, that's on. I like chocolate though, so bit of a chocolate fiend,
We've
one
heard
might say.
With nuts.
Nuts everywhere.
I I went to a game night on Saturday night, which was really fun. Haven't been to one in a while. Ended up getting quite tipsy, but we played like some virtual games on the television, which was kind of fun. That like go through your phone, so you can like ask funny questions and shit. I don't
it
remember what it's
Jackbox?
called now. Yes, it was Jackbox.
Wait,
So
It's great.
that,
you
It's always
ask
a
a
good time.
question to your phone? What does that mean?
or like you put in like a sentence or like a statement or whatever, and or you draw a picture and it like shows up on the screen based on this like the like Jackbox game that you're playing. So it was my first experience with it, so it's not a great explanation, but it was
It
super
wasn't.
fun. I was also really drunk at the time, so I don't even know how it all worked. I was just like, wow, it's on my phone, man, that's awesome. And then
Wow.
Sunday I was quite hungover, so I had a little bit of leftover ham. I had a little chocolate, went to the gym. That was it. Wanted to see
A
it.
little chocolate?
Yeah.
So what category was the trivia or the questions? It's just like real life questions or
It depended. It was like I don't even remember the good examples. Like it was like draw a picture of something like based on this subject, and then those subject pictures would get put into a sentence or like shown in like combination with each other, and it would be kind of funny. There was like a T-shirt design one where you like make T-shirt designs, and they could get pretty gnarly. So I have a dirty mind sometimes when it comes to T-shirts. Maybe that's why Warner Bros. Knocks my T-shirt sales. It's possible.
Ben was getting weird with it. Well, like to hear that you had a good time, man. That's awesome.
It was fun.
yeah.
It was fun.
I had a bit of an unconventional Easter as well. Family wanted to do brunch at the casino. So normally it's like my mom and my aunt buying all the food, preparing, cleaning up afterwards. So I was like,
Didn't even
I wouldn't have picked going to the casino, but that's what they wanted to do. Easier for them. My uncle paid for everyone, and it was awesome. But well, okay, let me take a step back. It wasn't awesome. It was just fine. But the awesome part was they've got a whole different like arcade section attached to the casino. I'm assuming for people that want to drop off their kids and then just go gamble. So they had like virtual reality. They had a bunch of arcade games, race cars, like a awesome TV setup. But they had one
So you
virtual
just
reality
hung out
where
with all the unwanted kids.
literally they're like, okay, you've eaten enough, sir. You've got to go over there to the virtual reality now. That's how
He
I
wanted
spent it.
to, but he's not allowed within 100 yards of that room, so.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Don't say
They let me
that
watch through
no
the
more,
glass. So,
Wow.
how about you, Eddie? What'd you do?
I didn't do like anything real exciting. Friday I drove down to Palm Springs and hung out with my mom and my brother for a little while, and then Saturday morning I drove down to my grandpa's house, which is like an hour and a half past Palm Springs, and I hung out with him for the weekend, and pretty much it was just me and him the whole weekend because he's getting old and he doesn't drive as much, so we stayed at the house and like I helped him with house stuff and we watched movies and we went out to eat. He didn't even want to cook. I thought normally we barbecue or we go to the river and hang out. He has a Sea-Doo or a boat. He used to have a boat, but he sold the boat. Normally we do that, but we just hung out at the house, and he drank. I didn't even drink.
Wow.
Surprisingly,
Wow.
he drank without me.
Wow.
Normally
I've
we'll
seen what
both
happens
like.
when you drink, idiots.
Oh wow! I think the
Got a lot
entire
of emails.
YouTube sphere has seen what happens when I drink. But yeah, it was cool. It was just chill, and we just hung out and ate Mexican food and talked pretty much. So it's pretty fun.
Damn. I never talked to my grandpa more than 3 sentences. I know that motherfucker spoke a lot of English, but he just didn't like to talk to me. So
He's like he's like my dad, because I didn't grow up with my dad, so he's more like my dad figure, and he's a lot like me. If you met him, he's very, well, I don't know, because I guess YouTube has a different idea of me, but like he's funny and out, and like, I don't know if outrageous is the right word. He's just funny. You guys would like
He's
him a lot.
wild.
He's pretty wild for a 70. He's 73, and he says some outrageous shit. So
pick him up for CaliCon. Let's go.
I will, man. We'll do it.
Wow.
Mario's got to have someone to hang out with, you know. Can't only be one.
You gotta have the senior citizens together.
Just How about you, Dean?
Yeah, I'm the one that started this conversation. I said I didn't.
Oh, wow. Okay. Can you expand?
I thought it
on
was
that?
memorable
What
for a
is it?
reason.
Were you playing Elden Ring? Come on.
No, in fact, because I beat Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and yeah, I haven't been gaming at all. I've just been watching YouTube, and we've been playing Helldivers, but a lot of the times when everyone's on, I can't get on, and then vice versa. So I really only get to play Helldivers every once in a while. So
Damn.
yeah, I think I just watched TV all day on Sunday. So
That'll work.
it was a pretty good day. Can't
Incredibly
complain.
depressing. Zach?
Nah, sometimes days where you don't do anything, like,
That's my
it's
favorite.
not a waste of a day. Sometimes it's like, hell yeah.
It's my favorite too, Dean.
Yeah.
One of, God damn it, I had something and I totally lost it. I felt like quitting today with everything. Today has just been an awful day, guys.
Oh, no.
It has just not been good. I think all 3 of my printers might be down.
Oh no.
It's fucking
Damn.
terrible. I have been leaning on the resin one. Zach's Wonderland is crippled right now, but I've been leaning on this resin one, and I tried to, Dean, I tried to print myself something nice. You know what I mean? I wanted to print myself something nice, and I had like 8 failures in a row, and I was like, I know my zero's not off. Like, you have to tell the printer like where to start. It's called the 0 point. And I adjusted it, and it sounds like the printer is dying now, and I don't know what is happening. I don't know how to fix it. Very stressed, and it's like I just wanted to print a fucking head sculpt and a hat for my wizard. It's terrible, man. It's absolutely terrible.
That
Yeah,
sucks,
because
man.
that looks like it's going to be a cool custom.
I know. It's like I got one hat that's 85% scaled and then one head that's 100% scaled. So I can't even put those 2 together to make like one whole thing. So Zach's Wonderland is down bad right now, boys. We're down bad. So
It
I don't know what's
sucks.
gonna happen.
Premium
Not
Hepsco wants me to buy you a new printer. Why is it my responsibility?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, that'd be great. I wouldn't.
I
mind.
don't want to. It's fine.
Well, anyways, I guess
Maybe. We'll see.
This is the end of Zach's Wonderland. 1 year anniversary. We didn't even make it to a year, boys.
No.
But,
It was a good
that's the way
run.
she goes.
Are you an angel?
What?
An angel. I heard the deep space pilots talk about them. They're the most beautiful creatures in the universe.
Hello there. We are tonight's entertainment.
We would be honored if you would join us.
He's got a billion toys.
You brought in the doll collection. These are not dolls, Jim. These are commodities. Same as gold or oil.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
You are now listening to the Collecting Weekly podcast.
This is the true form of floor gang right here. Very nice. YouTube.com/collectingweekly. Thank you very much. That's very cool. Big.
Hey guys, my name is Zach.
I'm Dean.
I'm Marco.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Eddie.
Welcome to this week's episode of Collecting Weekly. It's a weekly podcast where my friends and I talk about the things that matter the most to us this week in collecting.
Hell yeah, it is. And hell yeah, we do. Thank you guys for joining this wonderful Tuesday. A little late, but you know what? We showed up. You guys depend on us. And by God, we're here to deliver.
It was my fault. I was.
You know what? We're not passing blame today, Zach.
Thanks.
We love you.
It was Zach.
But if we were,
It was.
We were all early.
It was unacceptable. It was unacceptable. You guys deserve it.
Oh my God. I'm over here trying to be supportive.
that was your first mistake.
Anyway,
I missed you
thank
guys.
Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for catching us live and being patient in the chat and catching us on the replay, wherever you're listening to us. And shout out to Collectible.
So patient.
We have a show today. I'm in a mood today, so it's going to be a show. I'm not going to say it's a great show, but it's going to be a show. Dean,
It's going to be a great show. I will guarantee it.
Wow. We start off all of our shows, great or not, with a very special segment. The very best one right off the bat.
All our shows are great. And yeah, are you guys ready?
Yes.
It's new this week.
Yeah. What'd you get new this week? I had a pretty good week. I finally got my shit from Bai. I talked about it last week with the mail debacle. Dear God, what a fucking pain in the butt. But all my stuff came through. I got the Ichiban Kuji Cloud and Tifa figures. They're amazing.
Bless you.
There's cream for that.
The Tifa is amazing.
That's dope, Dean. That's really awesome.
They're...
like
What's that?
No, sorry. I was going to ask a stupid-ass question. And
Ask it.
I realized you already... Nope.
These were the ones from the machine, right? From
or like
people on
gas stations, or I don't really know how it works, but yeah.
It's
but
probably
yeah,
some
you can see,
racket
like-
where they just tell Americans that they can get it anywhere, and it's just in some factory, and they ship it to you.
Yeah, this is, as you can see, the dolphin on
Cute.
the punch. Yeah, it's super cool. And then the cloud. The only thing I like kind of don't like is they're basically in the exact same pose, but it's Cloud and Tifa. They're fucking easily the standouts of this game. A Cloud, of course, is my favorite character of all time. And then I got the Polaris Kai Shinra Trooper. I love their design. Their outfits are so cool. And I want to add at least one more of these guys to my display. Because I love Final Fantasy VII, damn it. And I love the Troopers. And then I got all the Polygon figures. I will show them. Here's Kate Sith. This is the new wave of like the old graphics figures. So Kate Sith. He's a new character. He's not a new character, but he wasn't in Remake, but he is playable in Rebirth, and he's awesome. Then you got Yuffie. Super great addition to the
That's
game.
cool.
She had the
Oh,
DLC.
Yuffie.
What's that?
She looks like Pan.
Yeah, a little bit.
Look pain.
She had a DLC integrate, but it was like only a few hours. But this game really spends a lot of time with Yuffie, and it's amazing. Sid Highwind, I love Sid. He was always in my party when I played the original game. He's not playable in this game, but he is in the game. So Sid, another classic Shinra Trooper, just polygon version, which I love. Song, one of the Turks, the leader of the Turks. That's
Loki.
cool. I do have Rude coming, or actually I got him today, but I didn't pick up the mail. And Rufus Shinra. I love Rufus. He's such a good bad guy. He's so cool in this game. He's awesome. So,
Wow.
yeah, that was all my pickups for this week. Shout out Bai Japan.
Shout
It
out
kind of
Bai Japan.
fucked me on the shipping, but it wasn't that bad. I've had
What happened on the
worse.
shipping?
It was like $80.
Oof.
but I paid so
Jesus.
little for everything else. Like, I got Cloud and Tifa cheaper than people are selling just Cloud here. So, and I was like, well, I technically got 3 packages and they shipped them all together. So it's really like $30 shipping each package. So it wasn't that bad when you really think about it, but it was just kind of like, I got the initial shipping costs and it was like $50. I was like, cool. And then like 4 or 5 days later, I was like, have I not got any tracking on this thing? And I went back and it was like, oh no, we got it wrong. It's actually $80. It's like, what the fuck? I guess.
Damn, that's kind of dirty.
But everything was packaged really nicely because, again, it's a proxy service. So they order from a person. The person sends it to them, and then they send it to me. So when they got it, they repackaged everything in the individual bubble wraps and then put them together and then put stuffing in it so they weren't clinging around. It was really nice. It was a really nice package. They even wrote me a handwritten letter. I don't read Japanese, but I use Google Translate. And it was basically like, thank you for...
I got a letter like that from my boss package from Japan. That must be like a thing they do.
Yeah, it was really... It's basically like, thank you for using our service. I'm the person who packaged your items, and he drew me a little shark. I can't see it.
What the hell?
Here. But his name is like
Is that the little shark with the legs? Is that from Final Fantasy? The shark with the legs?
Oh,
no, this one doesn't have legs. But yeah, I guess his nickname is like Shark Coon or something. But
oh my god,
cute. I was like, that's so nice. Like they didn't have to do that, but overall, pretty impressed with the service. I might do it again. We'll see.
I have many things to say about the Shark Coon, but I'll keep it to myself. It's a polite show.
You should.
We'll save it for after dark.
Is it?
Good job.
There you go.
Cancel Ben. Everyone cancel Ben immediately.
What about
He's
you
a
guys?
menace.
Let's see what we got here.
Yeah. Ooh, the Transcender. Yeah, so I was out today having some fun at a comic book store, place here in Airdrie, Alberta, Canada, called Snap Collectibles. I've done a video tour on the channel if you guys are interested in seeing what the store looks like. But yeah, I picked up the Transcender, which if you look really closely and fast, it doesn't look like that says what it says. But at the same time, it's actually a pretty badass figure considering it's third party. The body underneath is definitely kind of shitty. But I think the likeness is actually like pretty strong considering it's third party. And I've got my Neo right now in like the bullet dodging pose. So I'm going to have him kind of hanging out there taking the shot, which again is not 100% canon. I know it was a different agent, but I still think it'll be pretty cool to see. And under the display lighting, he looks pretty good. Now he does come with a secondary head sculpt though, which this one, like, I don't see the likeness here. This is a really weird looking sculpt, but looks like he's having some aggressive fun. But yeah, wow. It was a cool figure. I got him for 250 Canadian, so it's about $180 US. So
is this a
crazy.
third-party figure you were familiar with before you came across it, or
yeah,
what was your path to get it?
I'd seen it like 6 months ago in this comic book store, but they didn't have it priced at the time, and I was like, "Hey, like, how much are you selling that for?" So she looked at the fastest eBay listing. It was like, "Oh, $500," and I was like, "There's no way I'm paying $500 for a third-party figure." So I was like, "I'll pass. Like, it's all good." And then when I went back today, she remembered me asking about it last time, but she still didn't have it priced. So she went to the comic book store owner, and he was like, "Give it to the guy for like $250. It's fine." So I'm glad I didn't pay the $500 last week, but it's a pretty cool figure. It comes with a really cool hand accessory too, actually, for Neo. It's the chest piece where he's like sticking his hand like into his chest. That's like, and I've got that Neo, so I think like I'll display it like that at some point. That's pretty freaking cool. Random little detail. The glasses though were like absolutely like bent to shit. Like they're just toast. So I don't know if I'll have to figure out where to get some new sunglasses or just leave the sculpt uncovered. But he's even got like the neck piece here and everything, like, or like the earbud that he's got disconnected. So it's cool. Happy with it for $250. Not a bad pickup to go with my Neo. So
I'd say you could get glasses from Zach's Wonderland, but
no,
I hate to see
anymore.
And now watch. Now tomorrow they're gonna announce that they're revisiting the Matrix line, and this guy's gonna be on it. But
could be.
We're gonna have to sell everything, guys. We're gonna have to fund the printer. Hashtag fund the printer.
Fund the printer.
Yeah. Let's see. What do we
nudes?
got? Well, Not against it.
Wow.
Feet
These
pics.
look horrible on my screen. Do they look horrible?
They look
Jesus.
fine on my
Looks
screen.
good.
Oh, okay.
I mean, other
Oh,
than the
there
fact
it
that
goes.
it's a Mondo figure.
It loaded up. Wow.
Just kidding.
I haven't had a chance to open up
just
the
kidding.
Mondo Logan yet. This is the exclusive to San Diego Comic-Con from last year that I ordered online from San Diego Comic-Con, or from Mondo during San Diego Comic-Con, and I got it to be fair, I got this like 3 weeks ago. I just never even took
That's
it out of the
still a
shipper to
long
take a picture.
time.
But well, this was the figure that I had originally got like in December, but the package was stolen, so they had to send me another one, which they were really cool, and they were like, yeah, sure, we'll either refund you or send you another one. And I told them I'll take another one because I wanted the figure, and they said, yeah, it'll take a couple months, but we'll get you a new one.
Wow.
So they sent out a new one, and I haven't even opened it yet because I've been busy. But I also got this. This is the Gong Studio Buzz Lightyear in his Alpha Flight suit. It's like the XL-15. Oh, it says it on the base. Yeah, the XL-15 suit. So this is his astronaut suit. I don't know why I like this movie so much. I
have to watch this movie.
It's not bad. It was
I think
pretty
it's
good.
really good. I liked it a lot.
My Five Below has like all the toys, like the 3 3/4.
Oh
ones.
yeah, I've seen those. And I
There's
want
like
the
6,000 of them.
I should have pulled the trigger a while ago. Big Bad Toy Store had that. I think it's like Shogoken Dean or like whatever company makes the metal model kit kind of things, but it's not a model kit, but they had his ship, and I should have got that too to go with him. But
nice. Yeah.
this is not 1/6 scale. This is like 1/9 scale. He's 9 inches tall, and because I don't think Hot Toys is gonna make the astronaut suit, maybe a third party will. I was like, I pulled the trigger on this, and it's a really cool figure, and it's licensed. It was by Pop Mart, and then it's Gong Studio Buzz Lightyear or something, and I got it on 1/6 kit. It's not available on 1/6 kit anymore, but it might be available on other sites. And they also reissued. They did the actual suit version, and it's die cast. So I'm contemplating getting that. But the reason I wanted this one is because it's the astronaut suit, and I already have the Hot Toy. So I thought it would be cool next to it, even though they're different scales. But what's funny is this is 1/9 scale, and the Hot Toy is 1/6. But the socks is the same size as the Hot Toy socks. So I don't know if this socks is overscaled or that one's underscaled.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, and it has some cool features, like the head on socks is magnetic, so you can move it however you want, and then the helmet, the top of the helmet, the dome is magnetic, although they say not to put it over the suit head, like the head with the hair. They say don't put it over that because it could damage the helmet and the hair. And then it came with his, is it called Hyperfuel? Something, the crystal thing. And then it came with Ivan, the ship, AI, and some hands. And it came with Sox's little computer. And also something that was cool, it came with a swap out neck piece for the suit, for the head with the hair. Because I guess in the astronaut suit, the undersuit is blue. And then in the Buzz Lightyear suit, the undersuit is purple. So if you get the Buzz Lightyear version, you can swap out that piece and use the unhelmeted head on there, so you could have both heads, which I thought was really cool. And the likeness is actually really good. It's just as good as the Hot Toy one. It maybe better because it has a little bit more 5 o'clock shadow. It looks really good. The only thing is the eyes, they don't move.
Good, man.
Yeah, it's pretty sick figure. I'm happy that I picked it up. The suit is really cool. Yeah, it's cool.
It's awesome, buddy. And sorry, what scale did you say it was?
This is 1/9.
1/9.
So it's 3 inches shorter than the Hot Toy.
Okay.
It's a lot.
So-
A lot of inches. I think that's.
Wow.
A lot of people would say that's a huge, maybe not
Big
10,
difference.
A huge differential.
difference. I mean, you're talking apples and oranges at that point. Good pickups, Eddie. Let's see here. I have one pick. I actually literally just got a photo of this right now. Dean, do you want to see? I got you a gift. Would you like to see your gift? Well, it's like a small gift.
You got me a gift?
Yeah, I did.
Wow,
Because
yeah,
because you were
we'd
gonna get
love
me a
to.
printer, so I wanted to get you a gift as well.
Wow.
So, here we go.
Well, that's...
Look at this.
Hey.
I got you a coaster with
hell yeah.
tactical burn, and then I got one for your sister too of tactical stolas.
R.I.P. Tactical Stolas. I like how the gun is bigger than Stolas.
We don't question these things. And then
Well, no,
operator
that's
Ozone
accurate. Stolas is itty bitty.
is a small boy. He's got a long rifle.
He's
for a
only
small
like 3
boy.
feet tall. Yeah.
Wait, did I really not include yours, Marco? Uh-oh.
Unless there's more
Because he's
slides.
brown.
Wait, hang
Could be
on.
jumping the
Hang
gun.
on. No, we're gonna fix this right now.
Probably because it
Um,
wasn't a figure.
Eddie,
What was
the
it?
Chigokin
Prep
It was
chat?
the
spaceship is
record.
$60. On
Spider-Man.
Oh fuck! I do feel bad
On-
about that. Let me pull it up.
On where?
BBTS.
Sorry,
it's
I was
on
having a
sale right now.
crisis.
Oh, it is. I'm.
60%
You know what,
off.
Dean? God damn it! You might make me buy something right now.
Okay, hang on.
60% off. That's
So
the
Marco,
sweet spot right
introduce
there.
it. Let me pull up the picture.
Yeah, so
Batman
just like
Spirits.
Eddie, I finally got something from Mondo that I ordered at Comic-Con from last year. And this is something that was
Christ.
pretty long delayed as well. So it's not like this one got lost. It just was. It took them this long to produce. This is my first record from Mondo, and when I put the pre-order in, they didn't have the cover announced, and so it was just a black and white spider symbol. Basically, was all you could see. So then when they finally announced the cover, I'm like, I don't know how I feel about it. But in hand, it's actually like a pretty beautiful cover. So this kind of made me spiral into looking at what other records Mondo has on their website. And they do some pretty cool stuff, honestly. I don't even have a record player at this point, but it's definitely something that I'm going to look more into. And I was talking to Gigi about, I think I'm going to do a display in my room with all these records. And she was like, I think it's going to look crowded. And then like the next day this comes and she's like, what the fuck? I said, don't do it. And I was like, oh, I ordered this thing like way long ago. So it was an ask for forgiveness moment for sure. But yeah, so
It was a
definitely
gift from a
slip
friend.
yourself.
Gift.
There you
gift
go.
from
Yeah,
a friend.
yeah, Ben.
Contest.
That's right. Ben sent this to me. So yeah, so it's a pretty cool cover. And yeah, I do want to do some type of record display somewhere in the house. So yeah, it's definitely starting me down a dark path.
The only thing I would say for you is I know you, and I know you're all about like the 8K, the OLED, like the quality, and I think like probably half the people are gonna disagree with this and half are gonna agree with this, but I don't think vinyl is like the best quality that you can get, like over something like Apple Music or you know YouTube Music. So I would just keep that in mind. Even with
That's a
expensive
great
record
point.
players, like you're not gonna get like the quote unquote 4K quality audio.
So these would be for me pretty much exclusively art pieces. Like it would be for the artwork on the cover.
I
and
love
then
the
also,
artwork. I think it's a fantastic idea.
Yeah. I think they did a really cool job. Like at first, once I kind of got over my disappointment, I think I'm pretty happy with this as a representation of the game of Spider-Man 2. And then like the records, they'll do timed exclusives where they've got special prints on the actual vinyl itself. So some of them are expensive though. You could
Vinyl's
spend
incredibly expensive. There's a record that I want. It's Empire of the Sun, and I think the vinyl, it was like a limited one. It's like $600.
Oh,
like
there's no way.
I mean, it gets expensive.
Yeah. So I'm hoping to dip a toe in, but hopefully not much more beyond that.
There you go. Let's see. We got a lot of people in the chat because I messed up, boys. We got what the hell? Sorry, everything's just acting weird today. Trying to scroll up and it's just not working. We got Toy Mafia, Tim Harvey, Cam Collects, Ben Thomas, King Dingling, Mark P, SpongeBob, Squareballs. Let's see here. We got Calvin, Katera. I'm upset. I missed Katera before the show apparently when I was having my little meltdown. Let's see here. Sith Scale Collector, Sean Forrester. Again, my apologies for the tardiness. Sam Giss, Safel. Six Guns Figs. We have Gigi in the chat. Apparently there was a Peloton drama before the show.
I did have to evict her from the room, and apparently we weren't starting for another 30 minutes, so I'm not very popular right now in my house.
That's my bad. My apologies. Facebook user, Yo Zach. Look at that. Christian Detour Collections. We have Tibbs19 watching from Twitch. Look at that. We don't get a lot of Twitch people. Jose G. Hernandez. Christian Cooper. Let's see here. Jason Nelson. SpongeBob, Squareballs. We have Premium Head Sculpt. I think they've moved on from Premium Rock Base. You love to see it. Let's see here. DJ, one of the shows of all time. Thank you. Charlie the Unicorn. You're listening to the number now 78 in Portugal. on Apple iTunes leisure category. Let's see here. Ba-ba-da-ba. Apparently Ben's getting canceled. Trooping with Robin, Darth Tamaris. Actually, Robin and Ben, they make some really good, really cool Eclipse stuff. So if you're friends with them on Facebook, hit them up. They got some really, really cool stuff because we're getting to Total Eclipse next week.
Ben Robin's husband, not me. I don't make cool shit at all like that. Just saying.
That's true.
There we go. Let's see here. 6 scale reviews. Look at all these people in the chat. Charlie the Unicorn, DJ. There he is, Benjamin Bowman. And the Big Donk blew me up in my fucking Patriot mech suit, bro. Eddie, Aero Maestro, hashtag real content creators. Let's see here. Why is this? There we go. I think we're going to move Get It or Not to kind of like the beginning of the show. I think you guys mentioned last show it might be easier. Am I sounding low? What is happening today? I don't know what's happening. I'm going to just bring this gain up just a little bit. But each figure we
Ben
talked about...
sounded really high. You sounded low. I probably
Ben sounded
like
really
shit
loud. I don't know what happened.
High, high or high?
He's always high. He always
my gains are getting
the
higher
second
and
one.
higher.
That's because your voice is getting lower and lower. Hot Toys gave us 3 SKUs of the Jack Sparrow. We saw this tease last week. We mentioned it, and I'm glad that they did. I like it when companies give us choices because I don't, for me, I like Jack Sparrow. I think is a cool figure. I really don't think I would have wanted to spend $495 on the Artisan. Yeah, they did have a deluxe version at $330 and the regular at $290. So I like having the option of price points. And $290, I think, for a character like that, an iconic character, I love it. These are coming out October 2024 to March 2025. And I've owned the DX15 version of this character in the past. One of my favorite figures, one of those that you can really have a lot of fun with. And it's interesting. I've seen a lot of posts commenting that the hands, he has tattoos on his knuckles, are spelled, his name is Jack, is spelled incorrectly. It's Jakc. But funny enough, if you look at the tattoos from screenshots and like the movie posters, he has Jack tattooed on both hands, and on one hand in the movie it's spelled incorrectly, and on the other it is. So that is actually accurate. There was a bunch of posts, I think, the day after this one up on like OSR and a bunch of groups that people were saying it was like laziness by Hot Toys. But I thought it was pretty interesting that they got that little kind of silly detail correct, and kind of just adds to the character. But as far as the differences, we have a great graphic by Collector Joey. I'll go over that here in a little bit with some of the price point comparisons, and hopefully Joey doesn't mind that we're using that. But Dean, Jack Sparrow, actually for me it's a likely get it. Dean, Get It or Not, Jack Sparrow, tell me about it.
Can you go back to the first slide that you had? It was like 2 of the head sculpts.
And this first picture
That
here,
one.
we have the artist on the left and the regular on the right, which is the sculpted bandana, and the hair I believe is
Okay,
not
that was
wool.
going to be my question.
Yeah,
I was like, it looks like that bandana is totally different.
it is.
So there's 2 with rooted hair.
Yeah, like the so you know how the DX15 it didn't have rooted hair, but it had like strands. So the Artisan is
Like rooted
full wool
pieces.
hair, and then
Okay.
the Deluxe is sculpted hair with some strands of like actual
Oh,
hair.
okay.
And not
Okay,
wool,
that was-
like Barbie
not
hair.
wool. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, that
not
was
premium
confusing
wool.
me. Okay.
Yeah.
And also the Artisan, as mentioned, it has the fabric bandana, which there's a photo. I don't know if it was. There was not a lot of context in that photo, but there was a picture of this figure from behind, which I'm not quite sure how they got that photo, but it looked terrible. It just looked real bad. But I don't know if that was like a custom or something. A little bit, not enough information to make a true judgment, but
Yeah.
just looked a bit rough.
This is probably the perfect character to do this on. The outfit is so intricate. The hair is almost a fucking work of art in and of itself. The fact that you get 3 SKUs makes it easier for everyone to get, whichever version they want. I think this is fantastic. I don't love Pirates of the Caribbean enough to spend, $300-400 on a Jack Sparrow, but it's a beautiful figure. And they've released, Jack Sparrow in the past, and it still holds up. It's still a beautiful figure. So I have no doubt this is going to be pretty much stunning. It's not a get for me, but even still, it's pretty tempting because it looks so good.
Yeah, I think Hot Toys and Sideshow are on a roll with their exclusives right now. I think that they're doing this perfectly. I know I'm like pretty critical of both companies fairly often, but I think this was spot on for me. Like the Umbra Trooper, that was great. That was handled really well. I think this whole, lottery system, you're in the queue. The site doesn't really crash. They ship the figure out right away, so people already have it in hand. I think that's fantastic, and it's a repaint. So, okay, maybe you really wanted it, but at the end of the day, it's a repaint. And then this one with the 3 different SKUs, if you missed out on the artisan, you still got an opportunity to go get the other ones. Now, maybe at the end of the day, when these come in hand, they're going to be like night and day. Like you're going to just see the likeness with the wool hair that much better with the artisan version, but I doubt it. I think that the other two are just going to be fine enough for me. To $555 shipped to me for the artisan, no chance. Absolutely no chance when I can get just the standard one or the collector edition for under $300. There's just no reality where that wool hair is worth that much more for me. Now, if it's a character that I really care about, maybe, right? But for me, this doesn't matter. And I just want to say this is a Marco was right moment because, I'm pretty much always right. In terms of the exclusivity, I was always against that. I'm like, it comes with some really tough L's, right? You're going to miss out on things that you want. And I was able to sit back and watch a lot of the streams, a lot of people complaining about how Sideshow did a shock drop and people were at work. And that's what comes with the territory. You want exclusivity, that's the shit that happens. So we really can't have it both ways. They're not going to give you, 2 months notice to prepare for it. At any given moment, you got to be Johnny on the spot. And it sucks. Sometimes you're going to miss out. And I hate that. And that's why, just with the sneaker game, I don't like the exclusivity because it gatekeeps certain ones. And, sometimes you're just not prepared to get the figure, but you're going to miss out. So please be prepared for many L's in the future. That's just the nature of the game moving forward. But at least Sideshow and Hot Toys have provided us with different SKUs that we can add at a reasonable price. So I think they're cooking right now. Just please keep kind of along these lines of exclusivity, and we'll all be both, annoyed that we missed out, but also happy that we can add characters that we like.
I miss the days that you called them SKUs, to be fully honest, but that's going back a little while. But
that's a deep cut, bro.
There's a lot to love here, right? So parts that I love how good this figure looks. I showed some photos to non-collectors friends of mine recently, and they honestly thought it was just a photo of Jack Sparrow. It looks amazing. The funny part was I was up when this dropped at nighttime. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I was like, okay, sweet, I'm going to do a really quick video. It ended up taking me like 2 hours to do the video. Got into bed, got it ready for posting for like 6 a.m. for the next day for everybody, and realized that I'd been looking at the standard picture the whole time. I didn't even look at the artisan. I didn't recognize that there was a difference between the figures at first, which A, made me feel really dumb, and B, then inspired me to get out of bed and have to go edit for another hour to include my thoughts on the artisan. My point of that story is that when you put these side by side, I don't think that the price differential for the artisan was actually worth it. I think that the DX15, which was still an amazing release and only out in 2017, which I know is 7 years ago already, which is crazy, that still was a great figure and had the exact same outfit and everything. I do think that the paint applications here are updated, but if you had the DX15, I don't even know if this is one that you need to get in the collection. I almost feel like you could have saved your money. Now, the DX15 came with the cool shark and wave piece and everything, whereas the original DX06 Jack Sparrow actually came with this wheel, which I'm pretty sure is almost a straight reissue of that wheel. So they've kind of mixed and matched them a little bit, which I appreciate because since this is kind of like a soft reissue, at least the DX15 still has its own reason to hold its value in terms of some of the accessories that it comes with. So you could have technically both if you wanted. The price differentials here were crazy, though. For me, this is a classic example of price conditioning, where again, not even that long ago, 2 years ago, 285 was a crazy price to think about for 6 scale figures, unless they were like the most premium deluxe versions of those characters, or the DX line and all the stuff. But then it's started creeping up to 320, 350, and we started to kind of get used to a low price point being 280, 285, 290. And now with Artisan, it's just another reason to jump that price so much more. When, like Marco said, you could technically still get a really friggin' sweet figure for less than $300. The exclusivity piece, I don't care for exclusivity as much as I once thought that I would. Because if I want to buy it, I want to buy it. Now, I missed on the queue system because they did that shadow drop, which pissed me off. I was literally in a meeting at work that I couldn't leave. And so I got in the queue about 30 minutes after it started. And I was like number 4,600 or something crazy. So it sucked to miss it, but I ended up picking up, as a get it, I ended up getting the deluxe version of the non-rooted. And I think it'll be awesome. I'm excited to see what that looks like in the collection. I'm happy to have a Jack Sparrow.
We left some meat on the bone.
I tried.
For the last guy. And you love to see it.
I tried.
Sorry, let me get to this. Sorry, let me get to the super chat. It's gonna be on the screen the whole show at this time. Anthony says, pretty sure it's wool for all 3 SKUs, and Marco Premium Head Skull here is saying, had not noticed them mentioning wool in the description of the cheaper ones. I think the wool in all 3 might be the little large chunk of hair. I think the premium wool implantation is the dreads on the premium version. I'm just guessing. That's speculation.
That's different than I understood, though. So, but on Sideshow,
I understand.
it does.
Yeah, I completely agree. I thought the wool was exclusive to just that top tier version. Eddie, meat on the bone. What do we got?
So to Marco's point about it just having the rooted wool hair, they're listening, or at least I think they are now, because they started doing real leather on the Artisan, which is one of the complaints we had.
I give you a point for that.
There we go. Nice call,
favoring
Eddie.
Ben this time because he cried like the last episode. So
wow,
I saw that.
I should
2 episodes ago.
He cried all episode, and he ended the episode with as many points as anyone else. So
yeah, I know. Right?
I don't know how.
I don't remember
worked
any
out.
dingles. I don't remember any dingles.
Dangles?
I was dingling you.
So that's cool. It's cool to see that they're adding more to these Artisan figures. Now my next thing to ask for would be die-cast weapons. I think
100%.
if they did die-cast, like, that might feel a little more like closer to that $500 price point because it's steep. I ended up getting the Artisan edition. I was gonna skip it because I thought when I saw that there was a deluxe and a collector's edition, I was like, well, maybe I could skip the Artisan, but I really do want the wool and the leather. Like, I'd rather buy less figures over time and get those little updates. I can sacrifice some stuff and have less figures and have more quality. I'm fine with that. I do agree that it's pretty high, and I'd also agree with Ben that even if you have the DX04 or 5, whatever it is, 6
and 15.
Yeah, if you have the 6. I think even if you have the 6, you have a good enough Jack Sparrow. I used to own that one, and I thought the head sculpt was amazing. I didn't really care about the little rooted hair that you got with the 15, and I thought the 6 was cooler because it had the steering wheel, and I didn't care much for the shark base on the 15. And also, like, I don't know if the 15 had it, but the 6 had that extra long scope that he has in the movie when he's trying to show off against Barbosa. So that was also a cool exclusive. And it had the Pirates flag. So I think there's a lot of cool stuff about the older ones that if you want to go get those, I saw a lot of people selling on Facebook Market, and people were interested since this was coming out. So I could see, like, that's kind of a cool, like, side effect. Like, there's a new updated figure, or the old one goes cheaper in price. It's not very cool for whoever owns it, because luckily enough, I sold my 6 at a good price still that was, like, still commanding value. So that was really cool. Now you're not going to get that anymore. But I don't know. It's cool that you have options, I guess. But I ordered it, and I used points, so I was able to get the Artisan edition for $400 shipped, which is, I'm really happy with that price, because I do think $560 is steep. but I still like that they're adding things to it. The leather, like I said, like let's add die cast weapons, and I think that they're getting better at that. So that's cool. And I said it's a get it. So
Yeah. One thing that I guess I have a little bit of trouble reasoning with is the genuine leather, at least according to these graphics, is in all 3 SKUs. And so you're really paying, almost $220-ish for between the regular and the artisan. You're paying that much for the rooted wool editions and
that
the
math
diorama.
doesn't math.
Wait, what? 203 plus 200 and
No, sorry. I just
I was
mean
like, shit.
that if there's wool included in the other 2 versions as well, even if it's not the full hair, it just doesn't feel like it's worth the price. Again, maybe you get it in hand and it looks that much better, but
yeah, but I don't like the fact that there's really nothing held back that I would say is necessary to the character. Like, if the wheel was maybe in the deluxe version or only in the artisan, I could say like, okay, that's worth it. But I just don't. I mean, it sold out quickly, so I guess my opinion doesn't really matter. This sold out very quickly on Sideshow. But I mean, the base, you get a diorama base for $40 more. So in that case, like, you're basically seeing the wool is about 180. My math might not be mathing, but it's about $150 that they're charging you for that wool, and I just don't know that it's worth it for the upgrade. Like, if they kept some of the pistols behind a paywall, I think that would be super lame. So in some ways I have to commend Hot Toys for the way that they allocated the SKUs. I think, they didn't put like, maybe the monkey behind a crazy artisan edition. They really, I think, gave a good package with each of them, right? You got the LED light up lantern, you got the genuine leather on all 3 SKUs. I just think that this is a good example of having that limited edition to appease like those that want it, right? You have a deluxe edition that might be a little bit of a diorama that, for someone that has DTOFs like myself, might not fit a DTOF. And then you have a slightly less premium version with still a very important accessory in the ship's... what's the word, Dean? The ship's... it's not a wheel. Jay kept telling us what it was
I
last
don't
week,
know
but
what they're
helm,
called.
thank you. A ship helm. And so it's... I mean, I think all 3 are excellent SKUs, and I think... I just don't see the... Like Marco said, I just don't see the value there. But, it is there if you have the desire to own, like, the best of the best.
Yeah, I mean,
in terms of the artisan.
It's kind of like the churro, right? Like,
yeah.
that people went fucking crazy just for a goddamn churro and spent tons amounts of money on that figure.
This is what I'm trying to say in many words, but Luke summed it up very beautifully. It devalues the artisan line. They included no real incentive for the artisan when the lower tiers basically give comparable value. If they had left the genuine leather for the artisan tier and gave pleather for the middle and the lesser tier, it almost makes sense, right? To me, it almost is shocking that you get that genuine leather and basically everything else, right? And apparently wool even in the description. So I just...
Yeah. I mean, let's not give them any ideas, though. Cause,
right. Wool isn't a premium material. I mean, let's be honest. It's not that expensive. But I
tell
think
that to the sheep that sacrifice
Also,
so much.
How are there 3 different SKUs for this figure and not a single bottle of rum?
damn, the original ones
or
came
the jar
with
of
that.
dirt.
I wonder if that's like a regional
love the
specific
jar
thing, because if you remember, there was like a goblet that was included with a certain character that got removed, and then was that with Indiana Jones, or what was that one with? You guys remember this at all?
I do remember what you were saying. I don't remember what figure that was now.
Yeah,
that might
what
have
the
been.
hell
Was
figure
that
was
D&D?
Maybe someone in the chat will remember, but there could be some type of alcohol issue, unless it's Botchka. But Zach, something that you said kind of triggered a thought for me. You're like, if you want the best of the best, and I'm definitely not that type of person that I call it the fuckboy tax. I saw that somewhere where it's like sometimes you pay to have like the best of the best, and sometimes it's worth it, but a lot of the times it's not. And so I saw someone on a stream talk about like, oh, when I went to go look at my car, like I wanted like the premium line, and I'm way different. When I went to go buy my Honda Civic, I was like, don't even put me in the next tier up. give me the most basic one, and that's all I need. Like, get me to point A to point B. So, certain people just like want that premium, and certain are okay with just the next step down.
So you got those shitty rim covers?
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
like the plastic hubcaps? Hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Give me that. I don't have.
lame
They're
ass,
10s,
bro.
but they're clean though.
Bro, I
They're clean,
had to
though.
get the alloy rims.
Of course you did. You're that type of guy.
Dude, I don't want those things. Those shitty.
I like.
ass
Don't upgrade me at
hubcaps.
all, man. I don't even want to see what radio station I'm playing. Just
Marco's like, don't upgrade
give
me
me
at all,
some
and he's
love.
fucking rolling his window down.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so Charlie, I mentioned this is actually accurate, so I don't know if that's the comment you're making there, but one of his fists is JAKC and one of his JACK.
Maybe
Although
in a-
interesting enough, when he cosplays, like he's very generous with his time, Johnny Depp. When he goes to visit, the sick children, a lot of the photos he has it spelled right on both. I don't know if that's just like he's doing it. I don't know. It's just an interesting thing because I was trying to find every photo of his knuckles I could find on the internet, and in some photos, both of his hands had it spelled correctly, and in all the movie stills, though, it was one incorrect and one correct. So
Yeah, maybe
that's the canon.
maybe he was like drunk with his tattoo artist, and he's like, put my name on my hand, and they're like, oh, I spelled it wrong. He's like, fuck it, I got two hands.
And shout out to Moose, who pointed out that it's the classic Loki that lost the goblet. So that was the one that
thank you for
there's that weird controversy over.
Thank you also for Collector Joy for making this wonderful graphic. Joy, if you ever see any graphics that we use, feel free, my friend. Let's see, your Hot Toys, The Power of the Dark Side. They're making their first stop in City Plaza in Hong Kong from the 27th of April to the 2nd of June. And apparently they're going to have some figures on display. They're going to have some unreleased stuff on display. There's the Revan here. And Dean, help me out. Is this Starkiller here on the left? Remind me.
Yeah, it's Starkiller.
Starkiller, okay.
Yeah, Lord
so this is-
Starkiller.
Although, you kind of look at this, and I don't know that I would really classify Gideon as a dark side character. Like, he's just an Imperial guy. Like, so that's kind of weird. And I feel like Hot Toys is really missing an opportunity here. Like, if you're showing off unreleased figures, if you're showing off concepts, maybe stuff that may never get released, right? That happens all the time. Where's the Saj? Right? I think that's a fan favorite character. Obviously returned in Bad Batch Season 3, which I've yet to see, so please don't spoil it for me. But it doesn't quite... I don't quite understand why she's just not even as like a prototype. She's a fan favorite character, been in the Star Wars universe, I think since like 2004, 2005. She was just in the Battlefront collection game that came out, so that could maybe be a VGC release. Definitely some weird stuff there, but... I think Kiko had posted on his Instagram that there's I don't know where he got the post from, but there was a description of some of the items that were going to be on display, and I think one of them was a 1-to-1 scale statue. So I wonder what that's going to be about, but it's cool. These are figures with Starkiller and Revan that people have been asking for a very long time. Darth Nihilus would have been cool too, but is it's a cool photo.
Yeah, it's mostly underwhelming. It's like all stuff we've seen before, or it's not even out yet, so it's like, okay, I guess you could display it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this Inquisitor sister down here on the very far left, is that new? I don't think we've seen her before. No?
They've teased her.
Yeah.
They never released her. She was on display at the last Sideshow con that they did.
Cool.
Her and the dude on the top, the guy that's
Yeah,
played by
so-
Han.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Revan and Starkiller, the Sith Stalker armor, are really the standouts here. Pretty much instant pre-orders. But everything else is just kind of like, yeah, like cool, I guess. Like Dooku, I mean, he's actually pretty expensive now, so that's cool. If they're gonna I guess they're gonna reissue these. I don't know what the deal is. Are they just showing off what they can do? I guess that remains to be seen. Like, I don't really know what this event is. Like, are they? Because it's Gideon's not out. what's that guy's name from the Ahsoka show? Malik or whatever.
Oh yeah, the dude in the armor.
The dude that was like the green gas gap
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, he's not out yet.
We got solicited though, right?
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, like, he's not out yet. We did get the Grand Inquisitor. He's already out, but like he just came out. Reva's still not out. We've gotten every Vader under the sun. Palpatine's not out yet. Kylo, I guess, like, sure. So it's just kind of like, and then Darth Maul again. We've seen every version of Darth Maul possible. So really, the only two that are just any kind of like I'm excited about are Revan and Starkiller. So I don't know if, again, if they're just showing off a line that it's like, hey, look, we made all these dark side characters, because we've seen them do that before. They just show off a bunch of shit they never sell, or they're actually going to be selling these.
Yeah, it seems like there are going to be some timed exclusives in the store. So taking the translation from Hot Toys' Hong Kong store Instagram, it kind of makes mention of the 1-to-1 original statue. Give me a second here. Sorry, a dog is barking.
Ben.
Yeah, it's interesting you ask like what this event is for. I think it's literally for hype. I think that's exactly what it is, right? They're trying to market their products. They're still banking on the fact that a lot of people have never seen that Hot Toys makes this kind of stuff. So it does get the general message out to more people, I think. With regards to the picture that we're seeing here, I forgot that Palpatine had been like solicited at this point, to be honest. I was like, oh, is that maybe an Emperor enthroned again? Because I'd missed that originally, but that's not the one that it's going to be. So that's a little disappointing. I do think that they could do a Darth Maul with spider legs, and I could also see them revisiting the Phantom Menace Darth Maul, just because it's coming up on the 25th anniversary of that movie as well. And those Hot Toys guys, they like those little anniversary stickers on their boxes. So I could see that, but yeah, obviously I think Revan and Starkiller are by far the most exciting, if those are even Hot Toys and not just statues hyping up this event. So I guess we'll find out.
And that would be the most disappointing part, Ben, right? Because I think out of everything here, that's by far the most exciting, as Dean alluded to. And that I'm hoping that that's going to break the dam for the BGM line for Star Wars, because we're getting like Battlefront figures, but then it's just a trooper. We're getting Jedi, is it not Fallen Order, but a Survivor, but it's just a trooper. It's like, give us Cal Kestis, give us some main characters, please, for the love of God. So the fact that they're teasing this, if they don't deliver on this, I think that's going to be just a huge letdown to the community. So I really hope they've got the goods, because these are both masked figures as well. They don't have to put that much, into the head sculpts. They don't even have to include a head sculpt with a Starkiller. So I think, these could be fairly easy to do, and there would be a lot of hype around them.
Yeah, I'm kind of, like Dean was saying, I'm kind of underwhelmed. The only cool one to me was Revan. I don't know much about Starkiller. It's cool that they're doing him, because I know people like him, but for me, Revan was really the only standout. Even the Darth Maul kind of excited me, because I sold my DX a while ago, but I still think that that's kind of lame. Unless it was the chicken leg Maul, which they haven't done, or the spider legs would be cool. I don't think they'd ever do those, but it's still like, it would be cool if they did them. But the other stuff is like, meh. I guess Dooku's cool because he's like sought after now. But yeah, I was hoping to see more like Malgus and Bane and some other like I guess Legends character. I wonder if they don't do them because they're not canon, right? Or are they canon? Maybe I'm wrong, but or Malik
Legends now.
Yeah, Malik, since Revan is up there, seems like a no-brainer to me, but he's not even up there. Savage, Oppress, and Asajj Ventress seems like a no-brainer too. Like,
and there's tons of characters
really cool
from Andor that they could have included.
Jesus, there was Dark Side. I didn't think there was any kind of Dark or Jedi's in there.
No, there's no
right?
Jedi's.
It was pretty boring. So,
wow,
I don't know.
How dare you?
Anybody cares, but yeah, it's underwhelming. I guess it's cool to see the Inquisitors, because I know Christian at least has been asking for those damn Inquisitors for a long time. I don't really give a shit, but I think people want those, so I guess that's cool. I don't know who the hell wants another Kylo. But yeah, maybe hopefully they just had to throw like a quick ad or like, you know, thing to put together of things that they already have in the works, and they are actually working on those characters. But yeah, it's kind of a nothing burger, Ben.
Oh my god.
There you
Good
go.
to see it. That's a tasty
There
nothing
you
burger.
Go. Dark Side Ray. Ugh, I don't know about that. Retro Sapiens, they're doing a part 2 Back to the Future event. This is Saturday 4/20 to, I guess, 7/7. So that would be, what, July 7th?
Ben's busy that day, so
Yeah, Ben's not going to be able to make that. Man, I
my
gotta
favorite
say, I'm happy that, you know, there's a line that they're investing in that isn't, you know, at least I don't think it's a Disney property. It's, you know, it's
what
one
is
of those.
this? They didn't do
think
Back
it
to the Future Part 2 stuff already?
They did years ago.
They
Yeah,
have, and they've
but
teased
this
the
is-
disguise versions as
yeah.
well. But in terms of like trailing the DeLorean from Back to the Future Part 2, you knew this was coming, right? Like they were going to do this eventually.
Yeah. And again, this is similar to the other event where we don't know if we're just going to see some cool figures, we're going to see new product. It's you know, just a bit vague. So that's at Toy Sapiens. So we should have that information probably next week or two of what's going to be displayed. So as always, we'll keep you guys updated, but let's keep it moving. So last week we had mentioned that Inart had said that they were going to be shipping the first batches of the Batman at the end of the month, and I think Riley hit the nail on the head with this image. It made me laugh, and I reshared it, but they missed that deadline. I had zero confidence in their abilities to hit that last show, and they made a post on the 22nd, or excuse me, the post this week rather, that they appreciated our patience and they had some images. But yeah, they're proud to unveil the final figure, which they didn't really unveil the final figure because I don't think any of the photos that they showed was like a complete figure. I don't believe the Batman had the cape on. And you know, it kind of, I still think one of the best things ever said on this program was Marco saying you have to control the message. Like, they put out a message last week that they're going to ship by the end of the month. And I think by that point, when you're making that message, if you're not absolutely 100% sure that you're going to be able to hit that deadline, that you should not make that message. Made the message anyways. I don't know that anyone's gotten any shipping information for their Batman figures. They show us these photos that are both good photos in terms of the quality. Like, this is from a good camera. This is from a good lens. These are perhaps somewhat reasonably well lit photos. But these photos really only serve to offer more questions than answers. Like, people are freaking out about the hair being too poofy. People are freaking out about the head being too small. None of these photos are really shot from a straight on angle where you can really judge the actual look of the character. And it just doesn't really, I don't know. I just feel like it's cool that someone took the time to sit there and lay out a billion bat sticky bomb guns, and you know, someone took the time to do this, but it's, you know, when you're already behind, cute stuff like this, I don't think really gains any favor. I don't think that the amount of time it took to do this is really doing anything for anyone. And the fact that we still don't really have quote unquote final photos of these items, I think it's just really appalling to me. I don't know that these look great or terrible. I don't really think I can judge these properly based on the images that they've given us. Again, these are okay quality images, but until we see a figure just straight forwards with good lighting and a neutral background, to me, these photos are really a nothing burger. There's some people that are freaking out about it. You know, we obviously took the piss out of him on Auxiliary. Manny had made the image that we used for the thumbnail, which I thought was quite funny. But this doesn't really tell us anything. This really brings up more questions than answers. And as far as I know, I don't think anyone's gotten any tracking. So to me, I just feel like they're within it's like one step forward, you know, one or two steps back. I don't really feel like we're making a lot of progress in terms of them realizing how they should be interacting with us. And I don't know. I don't know that these photos are great or terrible. And there's even some people that are saying that they're on the verge of canceling because of these photos. I'm probably not do that just yet because this don't really show us anything. But Dean, I know you love Batman as much as the next person. Tell me about your thoughts on these photos.
Yeah, when the photos first came out, I was thinking to myself, something looks off. Like, what is it about this that looks so weird? And then Manning posted that thing with the small head and his fucking huge shoulders, and now I can't unsee it. It's really bothering me. The rooting also doesn't look like it's almost like too messy, which is, he's got helmet hair. I get that. But like they had showed some previous rooted sculpts before, and it was a lot like more kept, I guess is the word I would say. And now it almost just looks like, I don't know, it looks different than I feel like they've showed before. Kind of like over on the far left, that one looks really good, and then this one in the middle is just like a mess.
So I think the far left, Marco, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, I think the far left is the sculpted hair version.
That looks like the sculpted version, yeah.
Yeah, so again, but it's not quite clear from these photos.
Yeah.
But I'm like
the
100%
bangs are
sure.
all different on all of these.
Okay, so I think this one, I don't know if you can see my mouse, but this one here
Yeah.
and this one here are sculpted because their bangs are exactly the same.
Okay.
And I think these two are rooted.
Yeah. Other than the hair, and it's honestly just, I guess, nitpicky because it does look good. It just looks messier than I thought it was going to. The figure looks great. It's just like I'm looking at it. I'm looking at all the pieces on the table, all the parts they've laid out. Like, look, all the flashlights. It's like, okay, well, why aren't people getting this? Why have you not shipped this out? Like, what the hell's going on? It's just kind of confusing because it's like, look, guys, look at all this stuff. It's ready to go. It's like, okay, go. Why are you not? Why are you not going? But yeah, I wouldn't cancel. I mean, I think this figure is going to turn out absolutely incredible. Whether it's rooted or sculpted, I think you're going to be happy, and it looks fantastic. So, yeah, I'm just like confused as to why they still at this point haven't started shipping. It's weird.
Yeah. Zach said it perfectly, right? Controlling the messaging. When your messaging is convoluted like this, it makes it seem like you don't have confidence in your product at the very least, right? We don't know what's going on. They're giving us no insight, but it feels like they're not confident because we saw boxes stacked up. So the figure's been ready to go for some time now. They didn't make any announcements about it, minus the fact that it's been delayed. Then this is what they give us, and this isn't enough to make any decision. Like I'm really feeling like the figure is going to turn out really well, but it's not. They're not leading with a very confident foot, so it's making us all doubt them. To add insult to injury, Hot Toys is eating their lunch on this, right? Because they've already got their figure out. They're producing likely much higher quantities than Inart is going to. And so people have had that Hot Toys in hand. I mean, I just barely got mine, but they've had theirs in hand for quite some time now. And now you're just waiting on Inart, and that's just for the influencer batch. So by the time Bretta and Will have it in hand, it's probably going to be another 6 or 7 months till I even get mine. And so at this point, it's like, okay, well, do I cancel now and go with the Hot Toys version? I understand why some people might feel that way. I still think don't do something brash like that. I still think, this movie's been out for so long now. What's waiting a bit longer at this point? But Inart is just not projecting much confidence, and it's sad because all the products that they produce seemingly have been really solid, and this feels like it's going to be another one to add to that list, but they are just fumbling on this release. So hoping to find out more information soon, but this has been a completely botched rollout. And it's just making everyone skeptical, and I understand why they're skeptical.
It's interesting too, because I mean, obviously as collectors, we like to buy ourselves things. We get that little piece of joy every time we get a new collectible in the collection. And I think most of us are used to having long wait times for figures, for sure, but there's always something like from Hot Toys that's coming out, right? It's either a new announcement or a new release, or you're finally getting something that you've been waiting for. So it like constantly kind of like feeds the drip, you know? Whereas like for waiting for Inart, if that's the company you're really enjoying right now, it is feeling like a really long time between actual like production in your display like pieces, right? And that can kind of suck because it does make it feel like I'm losing my excitement for them a little bit comparatively to what I had started out as. I do feel originally when, they kind of came into the scene and they said, hey, like, we're going to be different than the other companies. We're not going to have delays. We're not going to have those things. If we say we're going to do something, we're going to do it. And we're going to stick to our word. And I feel like while they've definitely tried to do that, I think shit happens in the world that causes delays either way. And I think most of us understand that, but it was the fact that they told us that wouldn't happen at first that grinds my gears a little bit. And then with these photos, these do feel a little bit like teaser photos and not like a this is what you're getting type of set of photos. And I think kind of Zach alluded to that. Like they're okay, but yeah, like he kind of looks like he's pouting in this photo. I'm like, is that the expression or is it just a strange angle? The last picture you showed there, Zach, of him with like the coats on, like they look a little bathrobe-y to me, like kind of for how I felt like about the DX11 Joker back in the day. So again,
the material looks different than advertised, right, Ben?
It does. It's a little bathrobe-y looking. I'm worried about that. So it has created some doubt, and I am one of those collectors lately, Marco, that I'm just ready to have this character in my collection. Like I love the movie. The second film has been pushed to 2026, but I'm sure he'll have a slightly different look at that point, which means we'll get another figure down the line. At this point, if I find a Hot Toys version of this guy out in the wild, there is a good chance I would just delete this one out of the basket and get my money back. But I am still excited. With all that being said, I thought I'd have this figure, honestly, by now when I was thinking about it last year. It's crazy to think that we're already a whole quarter through 2024. And now it's looking bleak that it'll be second quarter, even third quarter for collectors. I'm hoping it's not as late as next year for, guys like myself out here in Canada. But we'll see. We'll see. So teaser photos, just show us what we're getting at the very least, if there's still going to be delays. Everything. Good photos.
The community annoys the shit out of me.
Why is that, Eddie?
Bro, Hot Toys delay shit so long, and people are so impatient for Inart stuff, and they're like,
I
crying
think
me a river,
the difference
bro.
is,
There's
Inart
no difference.
might only.
There's no
I
difference.
think so.
The difference
I think
is
so.
Hot Toys has a name for itself,
I don't.
and
think
people
so.
are
completely disagree.
People are
Yeah,
crying
Hot Toys didn't
because
show up on the market saying, "Hey, we're gonna fucking blow everyone's."
Okay, let me.
Off.
I knew those were all coming, so let me get.
Let him get it out.
Blow our what?
I understand Hot Toys has been around for a long time. I feel like people were shitting on them, and now the Inart's out, they have a new company to shit on because they don't have that name behind them, like a Grey Goose or Captain Moore. It just doesn't have that name yet. But if you knew Queen Studios, you knew from the get-go that these guys were not going to live up to those promises. You knew. So maybe that's why I'm a little bit more like, I saw this coming. Like, there's no way that they're going to be able to keep up with anything because they couldn't do it with Queen Studios. It's the same company. They like to say it's a different one, but I mean, we're getting statues like you guys are crying about a year and a half, a year and a couple months. We were waiting on statues that they showed like 3-4 years ago. So I don't know. Yeah. And it's still before a Hot Toy would be released. It is still, I mean, Hot Toys is getting better. I'll give credit where credit is due. Hot Toys is getting better with releases and getting better with Sideshow getting those releases when China does. But still, they're still on par. And the product you're getting is over par with Hot Toys. Way, way better. Yes, some of the pictures of his head look weird from certain angles, but I just think that's an angle thing. I'm pretty sure in person it's going to look amazing.
Someone said that the millimeter of the lens that they use was a weird one for these photos. I don't know anything about photography, but they were saying that if they shot it like from the front with an actual lens that you're supposed to use, that it would look right. But they said there was a lot of lens, 50 millimeter. They said there's a lot of distortion from the angle of the lens.
The proportions still look way better on this to me than the Hot Toy. The Hot Toy has a very small torso. It doesn't look good in my opinion. like it. If you're gonna skip this, just because you're a little impatient, you're stupid to me. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You're just an impatient whiner. Like, wait for your product that you pre-ordered and check it out, dude. Because if you're just gonna go buy some shit because you're impatient, like, stop collecting, bro. Find a new hobby.
Yeah. So I think
like
the problem is within our they don't have that capacity that Hot Toys has, right? Hot Toys can announce a figure and then release it in the same week. They can also, like Ben said, they can announce multiple figures in a month and release multiple figures in a month.
This is also coming from a guy who's still waiting for Gandalf. So you can't say I'm biased because I'm waiting, bro.
Oh, I see. Yeah, and I think within our, it's like the rate that they're like, I think Premium Rock Base says it best. It's like they're releasing one figure at a time, and it just doesn't really, when it's delayed, it's like that's the only thing we're focusing on because that's the thing closest in the pipeline, right? They have Aragorn that God knows when that's coming out. It's going to be a while. And when they do release this figure, let's say it comes out tomorrow, Eddie, you might be waiting a year, 7 months before you get yours. I think we did it the math last show. I think it was something like 7 or 8 months that, Eddie, you've still been waiting from when the first customers got their Gandalf. So I think that's where the issue is. I think you're 100% correct, though. I think, when the shit hits the fan, when people get it in hand, it likely will be better than Hot Toys. I think Hot Toys is pretty competitive, though. But
the sculpted
I think you're right.
Looks really good in these pictures.
I always said on the Joker that I really like the sculpted version more. I just think it looked better. I think it's going to last longer.
Why not both?
One could be so lucky. Let's move on here. I think we touched them all on this one.
Wow, we don't want to go for 2 more hours on this because Eddie was just getting worked up.
You gotta know when to hold them, and you gotta know when to fold them.
He just finished telling everyone to fuck off. And
Mondo, Tila, Ben, I think we're getting the details for this. Here we go. Look at this. Sam read my mind. People want to throw Mondo timed release Tila in the show just to let people know Master of the Universe. Yeah, so we have Tila coming up by Mondo. Ben, help me out here because I didn't get to add the information. This one, I think we're getting details today or tomorrow for this.
Can you hear me? Yeah, perfect.
Yes.
It was today. It was like they teased it last night and then let us know that it'd be out today. So it's $250. Okay. It is a timed release for this one. Just pulling up the dates here really quick. So it'll be available from today, so April 2nd, 2024 through 12 p.m. Central Time on the 12th of April. So unlike the last release that came out that there was only 1,000 units available and then boom, it was gone, from Mondo anyways, this one actually has a window, which is awesome. Now, I mean, Tila's an amazing character from Masters of the Universe. If you're a He-Man fan, I think she's a must-have. She's captain of the Royal Guard. She's a badass. She's the one that trains Prince Adam to fight. I think it's kind of funny that she doesn't recognize the difference between Prince Adam and He-Man, to be honest, because Prince Adam's pretty hefty as well. But this Masters of the Universe line through Mondo is easily one of the most like filled out 1/6 scale lines now. Like they've done a great job with it. All of the figures are really, really great, and some of the updated ones that they've done recently have better posability and some amazing accessories as well. So I mean, if you're a huge fan, this is great. $250 is still pricey for sure, but it's in line with the pricing of some of the other pieces for sure from Mondo. Naturally, it's mostly plastic, but they have been adding a little bit more of the soft touch material lately, and I think Mondo does a really good job of hiding the joints on these figures as well through both their poses and some of the ways that the armors sit. So yeah, I think it's a cool release. And again, for the Masters of the Universe fans, it was a good day. It was a good day today.
There you go. Does anyone want to touch on that, or we can move on?
I don't know anything about Masters of the Universe, but she's pretty sexy.
Love the legs.
She's awesome in the show.
The legs. I do agree, though, Ben. I think this line is getting very fleshed out, and I think that's probably one of Mondo's strengths. I feel like when they get into a line, they really dig deep, and
that's why I'm excited to see what they do with Spider-Man, the animated series. Because that could be one hell of a line, dude. Even the X-Men line that they've done has been really, really good. I like their Batman animated series line. Like, Mondo brings it with their 6 scale releases. And they look like screen rips from the original shows, which is cool.
And now that they're starting to do this mixed media,
isn't blocking more shit, by the way.
Right?
It's a Perry shield.
There you go, Dean.
A Perry shield, sir. What is?
Yeah.
Do tell what a
Because she's a
parry shield
trainer.
is.
Well, like if someone swings a sword at you, you parry, you just bat it away.
You
It's not-
parry.
Yeah, that's how you parry.
Play a fucking video game and get some culture in your life, Eddie. God.
Jeez.
Yeah, if you had 300 hours into Elden Ring, you'd know this, Eddie. You fucking
Yeah.
you fucking pipsqueak. Just kidding.
Wow.
Let's see
Wow,
here.
pipsqueak, God.
Last thing, dude, pipsqueak is one of the most hurtful things you can say to another
That
dude. It's so
sounded
funny.
very fucked up.
Let's see. Last thing on the docket, we have the So Toys Mr. Knight. I think this was the photo that we wanted to talk about here. The prototype to final on the portrait. I think, you know, angle of the photo, lighting, and camera are probably all completely different. And I think, like the Batman photo, I think this is a nothing burger. I think with any company, you're going to get, you know, 0 to 30% decrease in quality. And, you know, I think this probably is about 10-15%. It's not terrible. People were acting like this is the end of the world, but
Yeah.
I don't really think it's that bad, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just all lighting here.
Yeah.
Also, what the fuck is with that tie? Did he just like?
It's a double Windsor, you fucking
Oh,
pipsqueak.
that's a
It's not a
fancy
tie. It's just like.
Yeah, you idiot.
It's like he
You
didn't
see
know
how
to
it feels
tie,
now?
so he just looped it in on itself over and over again.
Call him a pipsqueak.
Yeah, no, this.
You fucking pipsqueak.
Oh, wow. I think it looks like Oscar Isaac. I don't think it's the worst likeness I've ever seen. Again, I'm pretty sure it's just the lighting that makes it look very different from the one on the left. Yeah, it's not the worst.
Not the worst. I feel like that's not a compliment
didn't realize.
necessarily. But I think this looks really, really good as well. You're too slow, Eddie, today. I got to get ahead of you so you can have some negativity to combat me with.
I don't
So
like
you gotta
this
keep up.
show anyway. So.
What the fuck, bro?
What do
No,
you say?
not CW. I don't like Moon Knight.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I was like,
I thought you
don't
meant
like the show
CW,
either.
honestly.
Wow.
Yeah. So-
It's the only show I show up for.
Hell yeah.
I think with the masked look next to your Moon Knight figure, if you got it from Hot Toys, this looks friggin' awesome. And from some of the product photos that they showed us, it does look like you might be able to actually stick this Oscar head sculpt onto the Hot Toys body with him like suited up, which in the show you do get to see that at least twice. So I think that's really cool. If you get that with like Khonshu, I think that could look really, really cool. So if you liked this show, I think this is a pretty sweet display. I did like the show, but I studied dissociative identity disorder in university, so I thought like the psychology around multiple personalities was really interesting. And I thought Oscar did a really, really good job. There were parts of the show I did not love, but it wasn't enough to deter me from collecting from it. And now, honestly, the Moon Knight figure in my collection is one of easily my favorite figures in the collection. He's badass. One of the coolest capes on a figure ever. But I think this is a very, very good complementary piece for sure.
Yeah, so I didn't love Moon Knight for sure. I thought the first episode was amazing. I thought the middle episode was great, and everything else in between was just not particularly well done, in my opinion. And my biggest gripe with the Hot Toys version, it didn't come with the Oscar Isaac head sculpt. Now, we were speculating when it was first teased or when the pre-order went up, well, maybe he doesn't have the unmasked sculpt and the full suit, and it turned out that he did, right? So they could have done it. But whoever did So-So's pictures, or at least some account that they linked to, they had this sculpt on the Hot Toys Moon Knight body, and it looked awesome. So for that reason alone, it kind of had me tempted to go get this and then try to track down a Hot Toys Moon Knight. Now, I think that's probably going to be too rich for my blood, but it looked really good. So something that I'm debating on, at least picking this one up and seeing what comes in the future. But we're going to see Moon Knight again, so it might be one that I can pass on for now, and then maybe Hot Toys does a second version with the sculpt. So, but yeah, we'll talk about get it or not, but I'm still deciding for sure.
Oh, I guess, yeah. Are you going to get it or not? We're just doing the math after each figure.
Oh, we are. Okay, I didn't get that memo. Not for now. Not for now.
There we go.
It's also a nut for me for now.
That's a not.
Yeah. I think it's cool. I don't think I would spend the money on it, though. I do really want the Moon Knight. I think the Moon Knight figure looks absolutely fucking amazing. yeah, it's just not for me at the moment. But seen a lot of people that are very happy with it. Let's see here. We have a Collector Zone 15% off coupon. Using code CW, you get 15% off in-stock items and full pay pre-orders with our code. Thank you to Marcos from Collector Zone for allowing us to be a part of their affiliate program and for all the great things that he does for the community, including this year's Statue Con in July. So check them out at collectorzone.com. And Dean, we did a little bit of a video on this. Mercari's kind of walked some of these things back just a little bit. Mainly, so to summarize, Mercari put up a post whereby they had said no more selling fees, 0 only at Mercari. And you see that and you're like, fuck yeah, that's great. And I think it had the potential to be an amazing thing for the platform. However, Mercari had basically been able to do this. Let me find the quote here. So what they have done in order to accomplish this is they have passed on payment processing fees and transaction fees to the buyer. So instead of the seller covering some of those fees, the buyers now have to cover them. And in some cases, for older items, when you make an offer, you're oftentimes not fully aware of what your total price will be. In this case, on the day of the change, this happened in the middle of the night, by the way. It was not like a well-advertised thing. This person added an item for $350, and by the time he went to check out with the service fee, the tax, the payment processing fee, it had added over $50 to his transaction. And the thing that's kind of confusing is the fees that they're adding, they're not super consistent. They basically say that the fees are adjustable. In some cases it's 5%, in some cases it's 10%. There's not really a rhyme or reason for it. And it's really caused sellers to lose confidence in the app. There's been plenty of people that have canceled sales both as buyers and as sellers. And one of the things that they've done in addition to charging the buyers this fee, one of their reasonings for that is now a buyer can return anything for any reason within 3 days. And the reason could be that you found it cheaper elsewhere. The reason could be that it arrived broken. There is no more qualifier for like why you can return it. If you just decide that you don't want it because you paid that service fee, you are able to get your money back. And there was a post on Reddit which I thought was really interesting with some math here, and I know we all love math. What's the private chat's going on there? Essentially, so for $100 item with $5 shipping, initially the item would be $100. You'd pay, about, in this case, their state was 6% tax, so $6 tax and $4.99 shipping, and the total would be $111. So of that total, the seller would get $100. There'd be $10 in selling fees and $3.54 in processing fees. So the seller would end up with $86, and Mercari would make $13.54. So Mercari is now asking sellers to lower their price by 10% to essentially cover these additional fees that they're tacking on. And the end result is the buyers pay more money. The seller maybe gets a little bit more money, but they're also charged $2 anytime they want to pull money out. Before, this was free over $10. And Mercari makes like a quarter more. And because of that, they've just pissed everybody off. They're charging people to pull money out. They're charging people to buy. They're charging sellers for, frankly, stupid returns. Like, anyone could return anything for any reason. It's going to lead to a ton of scams. And I think universally, just people hate everything about this. Mercari's stock has dropped this past week by a few percent. And it's just on their Reddit, on their comment section, like, your company's not doing particularly well in the public opinion when you're turning off comments on posts. But yeah, this is, I've seen a number of sellers that I follow where when you go to their page, their bio basically says, due to the terms of service, we're no longer selling on Mercari. And it's problematic. And Dean, I know you're a big Mercari user, and I think you personally were affected by this with a transaction, or at least maybe I'm imagining that. So tell me what happened in your case.
think he might be frozen.
All right.
Well, I
anyone
just have to say though that this is like NECA levels of stupidity right here, where this is just so not user friendly. And why did you think? What did you think was going to happen? Honestly, like who's running the ship to think, okay, hey, we're going to come out with this clean message. No, it's not just a promo or whatever the hell they said. And then you fumble the bag so hard. RIP this site. I don't see them lasting much longer. Maybe their market share is much bigger than I understand, but this seems like just a way to blow up your company. And no, it's not just a promo. In fact, it's worse than you could even imagine is what they should amend it to say. Just absolutely idiotic. And I've seen other things like where there's movie theaters that are trying to do variable charging when you purchase a movie ticket. If it's a popular movie, they're going to charge you more if it's a popular movie that you want to see at a certain time. And these companies that continue to do things that are not customer friendly, it's going to come back and bite them in the ass. So good riddance. I didn't use Mercari, but this is terrible.
Yeah. Dean, sorry. Before you left us, I was saying that you were personally affected by an instance of I think it was a seller that canceled your order on Mercari. So tell us what happened there.
Yeah, so like the day this went off, because they kind of did it overnight. They didn't say, hey, we're going to be rolling this out next month. It was literally like, surprise, guys. So I had made a purchase, and it was, the fees weren't like super egregious. It was like, I don't know, $3 more than I would have spent. Or it was like a $20 thing. So I almost didn't even really pay attention to it. And so when it came time for this person to, ship it, it got canceled. And by then I had already heard all the fucking shit that was going down. So I sent them a message, because at first I was going to be really pissed. Or I was pissed. Like, why the fuck did you cancel my shit? Now I got to go fucking find this thing somewhere else. And probably pay more. So I sent them a message, because I was going to fucking review bomb them. Like, fuck this guy. And, yeah, they messaged me back. They're like, yeah, I'm not selling if Mercari is going to keep doing this. So I'm just not selling anymore. Sorry. And I was like, actually, you know what, dude? Fucking way to go. I'm proud of you. You keep it up, man. So I did not review bomb them.
Jesus Christ.
And I went to eBay and bought the same thing. I think might have been from the same seller, and it was, about $3 less than I would have spent on Mercari. And people are definitely not happy about it. Especially coming from a seller, because the whole thing was like, hey, this is for the seller's benefit. And even sellers are like, this is fucking dumb horse shit. Stop doing this. You fucked up. When the person supposedly benefiting from it even thinks it's dog shit. So, I don't know what the hell they were thinking. They need to reverse this ASAP, because, I've seen
and I mentioned
left, right, and center people like, I'm not doing business with them.
I mentioned that they slightly are walking back some of these policies. So what I'm referring to is, since there were people who had either made purchases, or made transactions before this happened, and they may have had money sitting in their account and pulled it out immediately when this happened to try to avoid these fees, Mercari has said that they're going to refund automatically, like sort of like a grace period where you don't get charged that $2 to pull your money out. It was funny when people were closing their accounts, they're like, it's going to cost me more to pull out these last few dollars than I have in the account. So I actually literally can't close it without paying them more money. Apparently people do like dollar sales on Mercari and, for like trading cards and stuff like that. So, it's a really boneheaded decision by Mercari to do all this. And, typically when there's things like this, you have to weigh it on like the win-loss scale. And this is just like a loss. Like no one is coming out ahead here. Buyers are pissed because they're paying more. Sellers are pissed because they're not paying a fee anymore for their sales. They're paying every time they pull money out. And they're also losing money on returned items, and so it's just not good overall. So we'll see what happens with Mercari. As always, we'll keep you guys updated. But in terms of the court of public opinion. I think this was a bomb as far as things go. And let's see here. Junk drawer. We have the first trailer for the Rivals, free-to-play 6v6 team-based PvP hero shooter coming soon to Steam and Epic Game Store. We have some time here. Marco, is this trailer pretty good?
It's pretty interesting, honestly. The characters that they tease, the art style, the gameplay. Even for someone who's not a hero shooter person anymore, I used to play Unreal Tournament in college, but I'm pretty intrigued. I think this is PC only right now, but I kind of want to, I don't know, I want to play this.
Let's check it out.
Anyone else do the hero shooters at all?
I don't know what a hero shooter is.
Fortnite, what's some other examples? Dean would.
Like Overwatch?
Overwatch, there you go. That's a really good example.
Spider-Man? Got me sold already, bro.
Bro, they got Rocket, they got Groot, Strange.
Bro, this is actually pretty dope. And this is free to play, right?
I think it's a free to play one too.
Dude,
I don't know that for certain, but
they got Namor, they got Iron Man.
They got like team up abilities like that. Bruce Banner shot Gamma at Iron Man, and
dude, this is pretty cool.
Right? This has got me interested.
Wait, so this is out already, or this is coming out soon?
It's coming out soon. I don't know the exact date.
Bro,
it might say at the end of the
if I
trailer.
fucking play this, bro.
This would be a great aux play, honestly.
Dude, for real. Be dope if you could play a symbiote Spider-Man.
I bet that's a paid skin eventually.
Oh, that's how they make that money, right? Paid skins.
I think so.
I've never played Fortnite, so I guess I just don't know, but there's a team-up ability there with Rocket and Groot.
But all these destructible environments and stuff, like it looks
yeah, I'm
like...
kind of digging the destructible environment.
Yeah, this is nothing like Fortnite. This is more like Overwatch.
Yeah. I guess I just don't know what Luna Snow is, but... Damn, that's pretty dope. I might have to check this out, Marco.
Right? Okay, so I kind of thought this would be one. And then look at the other team. They got Storm, Magneto.
Where Magneto at? The dude in
go
the
back. Go back to the last screen, and you can kind of see. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So right next to Storm, I think is Magneto.
Why the fuck is he so yoked?
Beefy.
I thought he was
I
an
know that
elderly
Unreal
man, bro.
Engine. They had Star Lord in there, Scarlet Witch, I think. So yeah, Mama
That's pretty
Wanda.
dope.
Yeah.
The art style was cool too. I like it.
Yeah, I like the art style a lot.
Looking forward to saying that we'll all play
Yeah,
this
also
together, and then
Wife
never
and
actually.
Galactus.
I loved the DC Universe Online. I played that for like 2 years. That was a free-to-play game as well. And it was super fun. And then I played the Star Trek Online as well for about 2 years, and that was also very fun. If you know, you know.
Damn.
Yeah, I never got.
What was
into
your
the
rank,
Overwatch
Pen?
Why, like in Star Trek?
Yeah.
Oh, I was an admiral by the time I was
Wow.
done playing. Yeah, played for a long
That's
time.
pretty cool.
Not a Grand Admiral? You hate to see it. Star
What were you
Wars
saying, Dean?
joke about Star Trek.
Oh, I was saying I never
That
got
was
into the Overwatch style of games, so I don't know if I would like that. But you know, I'll give it. If it's free, I'll give it a shot.
Before I started playing Unreal Tournament, that's never a genre that interests me, like the third-person shooters that are like happy-go-lucky like that. But it's really fun once you get the flow of it.
Yeah. So I was gonna do a Zach's Wonderland segment, but I'm kind of depressed about that, so we're skipping that. But I wanted to give a shout out to RocketFist_Customs. This guy's a fucking angel. Now I'm still having problems with my 3D printer. Has nothing to do with Rocket, but I had noticed that he was selling prints of the sculpt that I was having a lot of problems with, and I sent him a message on eBay, and I'm like, hey, this is a really weird question, but I am struggling to print this file. Could you give me any advice? Like, I'm happy to pay you for your time, or even like just, you know, whatever. And he was like, nah, bro, no problem. And he went so far as to send me like known good printing files, and it's just been a real nice experience. You know, I've always had Ian to lean on when I have trouble with 3D printing with resin, but yeah, it's been great to have this guy sort of as someone to bounce ideas off of, and I still haven't gotten the completed print just yet. I have to figure out why my printer is like wanting to kill itself. I guess before I do, because it's just not working. But to Jared, thank you so much. And I always get asked for like Mythic Legion stuff and Marvel Legends stuff, like 1/12 scale stuff, and I don't print it too often. And I think going forward for like stuff like that, where I either don't have the file or I don't really necessarily do a lot of painting. Definitely gonna have to refer people out to him, because I get asked quite a bit, and the thing is, I just don't really have time to do painting. So definitely check him out. He does 3D printing. He does painting. Rocket Fists _ customs. Great guy. I mean, he spent all day kind of helping me with some troubleshooting tips and tricks, and I'm like really hoping I can get a successful print for him to have not wasted his time on me. But it's really nice when someone's willing to go out of, like, someone who sells a product is willing to go out of their way to teach you how to do it yourself, because it's just been a nightmare. So big shout out to him, and if he's able to get some business from, I know we have a lot of Mythic Legions guys and Marvel Legends guys, and hopefully you guys can check him out, and while Zach's Wonderland is down bad, maybe get some prints done with him. But I'll hopefully be back soon printing, and this will all just be a bump in the road. But Dean, we have a list of these angels that we like to thank for keeping the doors, keeping the lights on.
Yeah, give a quick shout out to Ian CB, Renee Mendez, Eric Mariscal, Quinn Aguirre, King Louis, Mark Pearson, Paul Schreiber, Equan, Chris Valencerina, Ben Thomas, Chris Letty, David Jones, Sam Gist, Daminator, Joao Bretta, Thomas Clark, Eric Switzer, Six Guns Figs, Billy Badfish, Toy Cartel, Sweet Danny Lee, Deanie Martin, Stephen Kratt, Big Ol' Fern, Caesar Marquin, Mark Phillips, Lisa Martin Bomansky. There's Kevin. I was like, where is he? Rick DeGregorio, Ricardo Valdez, Jose CZ, Erwin Azucena, The Illustrious Rainer, Alad Morgan, Tukathri Wa, Derek B, Arias Portillo, Alvin J, Arelis Delgado, Jazz Carroll, Joe Ridley, Pablo Meza, D-Rock, Matt Clevenger, Seth Tucker, CC3PO, Scott Smith, Dalmaton, Stephen Pritchett, Sean Usby, Scott Bradley, Steve and Maria Stanley, Eddie Manzanares, Louis Bennett, Chip Perrin, Jimmy Hernandez, Gigi the Judgmental,
Exodus.
How did you say it? Exodius.
I was like, I don't know those words.
And Brenton Palmer.
Yeah, I need to update the thing. This week has just been awful, so we'll get to it. We'll get back to it. March, April Patreon benefits. We have the Oxdiver sticker, and possibly, I don't know if the offer is still there. Let me check. We may have an option to do, yes, possibly to do magnets for the junk drawer stickers. So maybe that'll be an option. I gotta kind of weigh my pros and cons, but
Zach, I made a new sticker today.
I saw. Yeah,
I already emailed it to you.
I like it.
Oh,
I like
did
it
you?
a lot.
Nice.
Yeah, we need to add some context to the picture, but I'm trying to figure out how.
See it?
Like, but yes, it's a fantastic. Sorry, I was in a grumpy mood when I came on earlier, but it's a very nice sticker.
Yeah.
How dare you tease us this way, Dean?
Actually, here, let me show. I'm going to pull up this moment. You can watch shorts on the computer, right? Let's see.
Yeah.
I think you can.
Yeah,
See,
you absolutely
how
can.
do I do that? It's weird. We're employed by YouTube, but we don't know how to use YouTube. Let's see. Here we go. I know this is incredibly interesting television right now.
Shorts.
Here we go. There we go. Now the volume is very low, but where's the volume at? Anyway, so this guy here, we're fighting him. He has this thing called Berserk, and I don't know quite what it means, but I'm almost certain it's whatever enemy character is closest to you, you have to attack that character. So I'm right here, Dean's right here, this dude's right here. Dean's getting bamboozled next turn, and Dean's character is almost dead. And so
Like
Dean just...
Yeah, I'm about to be lethargic
like a
after
pipsqueak.
this.
Yeah, so
So
Pipsqueak runs off.
I run away.
And so in the middle of the fight, this rat comes out of the wall, and it does nothing for like one turn. And
Is
we're
that
just
something
like, why
that's
is-
common that like environmental stuff will just happen without you?
That's the
doing
first time I've
anything?
seen like a random animal enter a fight. I don't know why.
Okay.
So this
Yeah,
rat,
'cause he wasn't there when we started the fight.
he just like came
popped out of the
nowhere.
wall right here. It was random.
I wish I could make this louder. Anyways, so the rat decides to get into the fight and steps right in front, like in terms of where I'm at, closer to this thing, and immediately gets fucking nuked. And yeah, just took this huge hit that would have killed my character. And I was like, we need to immortalize this fucking rat. So that's the story behind that. I don't know if we'll make it a formal sticker, but it's looking like it at the moment. So there is that. Patreon, we have 4 tiers. We have the hot seat, the digital, which is the digital tier. The Sweet Angel, $7.50 a month, gets you stickers sent straight to your door, and access to Ox After Dark replay. I like that, Eddie. The certified crispy sticker, which is the figure fix assistance for $15, and the $25 What a Guide tier is doubles of all the stickers we send, and a Pog Deluxe set on your first pledge. Looking at our YouTube channel members, we have Absolute Irwin, Alvin J, Andrew Gibo, Benjamin Hansen, Big O Fern, Bob Dylan, CC3PO, Chris V, CT603, DJ, Daminator, Doc Smizzle, Equan, Fat Batman, Gare Bear, Good Old Spotchka, Gotham Cenobite, Sports Car, Justin Sports Cards, LV Avenger, 702, Mark Pearson, Mike Literis, Money Mendez, OG Fan, OMFG Rick, 16 Figure Focus, Paul Schreiber, Philip the Fool, S Beam, Sam Giss, Scarn Lord, SpongeBob SquareBall, Sunnyvale Rust, The Ben Thomas Show, and Toy Mafia. Big shout out to you guys for becoming channel members, and if you want to become a channel member, you can do so at the link there. You get loyalty badges, chat emojis, custom member shout outs, and I think your name changes colors in the chat as well, so be sure to check that out. We also have TeePublic. We got some cool designs there. If you're Ox Diver, we also have Dean's Ox Diver t-shirt. You can support us that way and rock some of our swag. And looking at the network, we have OFAC. Oh, excuse me. We have OFAC on Thursday. After Dark tomorrow at 10:30. Question of the week Sundays. I believe we're playing D&D again this Saturday, and we have Small Talk alternating Thursdays. And yeah, do we have any shout outs that we want to give?
Yeah, shout out Mike Oxlong. It was his birthday.
What?
Wait, what?
Was
Like
Mike's
2 days
birthday?
ago, I think.
You know, I never knew
Wait,
that
how do
was
you
a
know
real
that?
person.
Facebook told me.
Wait, time out. What?
I'm so
Facebook
confused
told me
right
it
now.
was Mike Oxlong's
never
birthday.
mind.
Are you friends with him or something?
I'm
Yeah.
thinking of Mike Clitoris.
Oh, wow. How long have you been... Does he talk to you? Or...
No, he's just friends with me on Facebook. I don't know.
I had no idea.
Is that who
Yeah,
that-
What
this
an
is
absolute legend.
Is that
Shout
who
out
that
Mike
rat
Oxlong.
was? Doesn't Mike
Jesus
Oxlong
Christ.
have a rat picture
gerbil.
of it?
or a
It's
hamster,
a
one of those
gerbil.
two.
Jesus.
Oh, he is... Oh, it was his birthday. He's my friend,
Yeah.
too. I feel bad.
Wow. Wow, happy belated,
I
Mike.
guess it's not
Oxlong.
long enough.
Wait, I told him happy birthday last year. Gee, I'm going to tell my
Sideshow.
birthday again this year.
Hopefully
I think
shouted
Sideshow-
him out too.
Yeah, on his birthday.
Oh, they did. That was
Remember
amazing
that?
and
That
not
was
talked about
hilarious.
enough. That was
That-
not.
That was hilarious. That was absolutely hilarious.
Dude,
Well,
that's
happy...
still one of my favorite clips ever. When John finally gets Mike Oxlong.
Oh, his birthday. Okay, so April 1st, 2000. So he's 24. Happy 24th birthday, Mike Oxlong. Look at that. Look
Dean
at his.
kind of looked like a gerbil right there when his screen froze.
Look at this. He's got the little hamster. That's hilarious. Hang on, look at this.
He looked happy.
Wow, look at that.
Look at the hamster.
Hair.
Look at the hair on that thing. He's in jail too.
Wow.
Anyways,
He's
happy
in
birthday,
jail.
Mike. I hope you had a great birthday wherever you are in the world. He hasn't been in our chat in a while. Anyways, happy 24th birthday, bud.
Look at that Appa emoji on Twitter. That's amazing.
One really
Shout out
one
to
really
the-
quick.
Or you, unless Ben's gonna shout it out. But
No,
Ben
no, you go
did
ahead.
say
You do it first.
Ben did say thank you to Tibbs for all of the
Yeah.
comments and everything. So shout out everybody on Twitter. We had a lot of feedback from Twitter today. So.
Twitch.
If you
Or
just in
Twitch,
case you
my
can't,
bad.
just
Yeah.
in case you can't see it, Tibbs, I said I typed in YouTube. Thanks for the engagement, and then Eddie made fun of me because he said you can't see it. So you hate to see it. I'm old. I don't know. I thought everybody connected. You hate to see it. It's the internet. But anyways, Also, Ben Thomas Show this Sunday on Let's Get Nuts. We're doing a channel member giveaway. We're now over 32 members, which is awesome.
Can I win it?
So if you are a channel member, you absolutely can win it. I'm not going to cut people out that are friends or panelists. If you're a member and you've been paying every month, I think that that's worthy. So we're giving away a King Shark on the Ben Thomas Show. Let's Get Nuts this Sunday. I'm not affiliated with anybody yet, so it is coming out of super chats and member money and stuff like that that the channel is making. So at this point, I still may do affiliates at some point, but we'll see. And then we're getting close to 4,000 subscribers on the Ben Thomas Show. So once we get there, we'll do another giveaway at 4K as well. So stay tuned. But don't miss, if you're a channel member, please be in the chat this Sunday because I don't want you guys to miss out.
There you go. There you go. Well, we love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. And yeah, I'm Zach.
I'm Dean.
I'm Marco.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Eddie.
We'll catch you guys on the next episode.
Bye.
That boy was delayed.